I'm kind of long-winded, but I think today I will just say a couple of brief comments. I enjoyed the trip. It was a wonderful experience, and two of the most significant things that affected me was while on Goree Island, I got accosted by some guy. I don't know where he was, but he was a white guy, and he just jumped in front of me, and I'm like, man, you don't see me standing here? You know, there's a line of people trying to get there, and you just gonna jump in front of me. Those two aisles that go past the door, no return this way, and then there's a single aisle going that way. They were over here, and I'm standing here waiting. People taking pictures, having a good time, you know. And I'm reflecting because earlier, while I was there at one of the social forum movements, I was walking around and I noticed that, oh, let me go to this booth right here. And I pick up a magazine, and for some reason, I'm looking at the magazine and I see Charity's name in it. So I take it to Charity and I say, Charity, look at this. They got your name on here, scheduled to speak. Did you know that? You know, so it's sort of kind of a mystical type of a trip, you know, and I kept seeing, you know, pseudo-mysticism in everything that I encountered, and then I encountered this character, you know. And I say, well, you know, when I got off the plane, you know, we were walking up front and handing in our identification and making out forms and stuff, and I looked out the window, and I'm like, man, that looked like the Greyhound station out there, you know, because people were milling around, and I thought I was at home or something. So the guy that I had an issue with, I asked him, I said, you didn't see me standing here? And he's like, oh, and I said, you just gonna jump in front of me? And he's like, oh, you big baby? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay. So you sitting there crying like a baby. I said, I'm not crying like a baby. I'm just saying, you know, out of respect. You know, if you were in line, I would not disrespect you and jump in front of you. So that was one experience. And the second experience, so that all got squashed. You know, it was really no big deal. You know, I wasn't there to try making a scene or anything, you know. And it just showed me, though, you know, how different people over the world, you know, have different views. So the other experience was we were given a private tour of the island. Well, not the island, of a lot of the sites in Senegal. And it took about 2 hours to see a lot of these sites, you know. We saw the Olympic area. We saw all these statues and stuff that they have carved. And getting back to the Goree Island event, I noticed that, you know, I kept hearing this ticking sound. And there was a guy, he had a bunch of tools, and he was taking stones off the beach and carving them into the thinking man, salamanders, and things of that nature. I really got a kick out of that. That was beautiful. Thank you.